Hello and welcome to another episode of LCFE Market Plus. Have you been gaining a lot on this platform? Follow us on all our social media platforms and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Welcome on board. My name is Joy Osamudiame. Welcome back. If you just joined us, this is LCFE Market Plus. Today we'll be diving into an important topic that concerns investors' confidence, operational integrity, and of course long-term success of commodities exchanges. And that topic is financial transparency in the commodities exchange. Discussing this topic with me is the Chief Financial Officer for the Lagos Commodities and Futures Exchange, Omowale Rotimi Solomon. Thank you so much for being on set with me.
Thank you, Joy. Good morning.
Good morning. Now, just to mention, Mr. Mowale as FCS, am I right?
FCA.
FCA, MBA,
SCS.
SCS,
ECTI.
ECTI. Keep listening and keep listening and keep listening. Now, when it comes to money, this is your go-to person, right? And you're welcome on set.
Thank you so much.
So tell us, how would you define financial transparency within the operations of the commodities exchange?
Yeah, Joy, thank you. This is about the most important aspect of financial transaction.
Okay.
If you talk of transparency, as the name implies, it means openness, nothing to hide, seeing through, nothing hidden. So, as it relates to a commodity exchange, financial transparency can be defined or can be referred to as a clear, accurate, and timely disclosure of financial information. The operations of the exchange as well, that's seen through everything about the operation, the transactions that happen on it, and the pricing mechanisms. So it ensures that all stakeholders, including investors, all the parties to a particular transaction, traders, regulators, and even the general public have access to reliable data regarding the exchange's financial health, the trading activities happening on it, governance, and the risk exposures. So, talking of transparency, transparency builds confidence and reduces risk of fraud, manipulation, or mismanagement. So essentially, if you're talking of transparency, transparency is access to proper disclosure of financial information, such as every company has its own audited account. So if you are claiming to be transparent, your financial information should be made available to the general public.
And should be clear.
It should be clear, and everybody should understand it. Everything that you need to disclose must be disclosed there, so that investors can make informed decisions, because it is from there, the information they get there, that they base their decision either to invest or not to invest on.
Okay.
So that's transparency, when you have everything seamlessly available to the public.
Now, are there key policies or systems that ensures financial transparency in the commodities exchange?
Yeah. Definitely. There are policies, there are processes, there are stages of financial transparency, even not only related to commodity exchange, everywhere, especially financial service industry. So if you are talking of the systems or processes that are typically available on a particular commodity exchange, let's say in particular to commodity exchanges, then we'll be talking of standardized grading system.
Okay.
Anybody who is trying to invest or buy into anything on the exchange should expect that whatever is available there to be invested in or to be bought should be of global standard.
Okay.
Not a 50 kg here and you find it elsewhere weighing 47 or 45 kg. So a standardized grading system is always available on an exchange. And what does that mean? I say commodities are categorized into graded based on specific quality, the quantity, and the delivery standard set by the exchange. So an exchange will set the standard. If you have to bring anything to be traded on the floor of an exchange, it has to be globally measured, accurate, and the quality must be the quality that is acceptable everywhere around the world, not only a local measure to quality. So, and what does that? What's the benefit of having a standardized grading system? This ensures that there's consistency in trading. It reduces disputes. If I'm buying a 40 kg or 50 kg bag of rice on the floor and only for me to take it and do measurement and I'm finding it's 45, it brings a dispute.
That's right.
It brings a disagreement. So a grading system on the exchange means that you have something that even if it's taken outside Nigeria, it is still the same weight, still the same quality, the same quantity. So it promotes, it reduces disputes and promotes confidence in whatever the market is offering or what is traded on the exchange. Let me give an example. An example is just like wheat or corn. They are always graded using some factors that the international standard has set, especially relating to like moisture. What is the moisture content? What's the protein level? And the presence of foreign matters. You know, some especially, let me use our rice as an example. When aggregators brought their rice into the mill at Imota, they will have measured, but by the time it gets to Imota, some foreign particles are there. We call them impurities. And that is already graded before they were taken off from the farmhouse gate there. So by the time it gets to Imota, that has to be discounted. Okay. So, but when it gets to the level of an exchange, there shouldn't be anything like foreign matters or whatever. What you are buying is what you are buying. 50 kg rice is 50 kg rice. Nothing else there. There's no impurities, nothing whatsoever. So that's why a standardized grading system is available on an exchange. And whatever you are buying in Nigeria is what is available in London, anywhere in the world. So international and global standard. So another one is a centralized trading platform, which the exchange here offers. You know, market generally is anywhere that trades, that's buying and selling, can be conducted.
That's right.
So what makes the exchange platform different is the fact that it is centralized and it is structured. It's not that in my trade or any other market, you know, different people can go to different sellers and buy different things, or even the same thing, weighing different measures and having different maybe quality and all those things. But for an exchange, because this is a centralized platform and it's electronic, you can easily match your orders. That's buying and selling. The brokers that are dealing there for the buyer will key in whatever the client has given instruction to, and whoever is going to offer that product will have his own broker to key in whatever is being offered. So by the time the two of them matches now, the seller and the buyer, they match their trade, then the transaction is automatically consummated electronically, and it will be settled within the trading trading platform and within the regulated platform as dictated by SEC.
So you've said a whole lot of things about the good things when it comes to financial transparency and exchange. But I'm wondering, are there not times that you face challenges when trying to ensure financial transparency? What are some of these challenges and how do you combat them?
For everything in life, there are always challenges. There is nothing so smooth that will not have its own challenges. Anything good will have its own bad side as well.
Okay.
So challenges are taken care of by all the structures that have been put in place, and that is you have risk. Everything about business is risk. So when you now have confrontation in any area, the system automatically has its own measure to take care of that challenge.
Okay.
Like if you say a buyer buys a particular product, it is expected that delivery will be made. Yes. And what happens, because there is a tendency that the delivery will not be made. So,
and the buyer cannot do pay on delivery.
Most of the time on the exchange here, once transactions are consummated, in fact, before transactions are consummated, especially the buyer must have funded his own position.
Okay.
That is, he will have an account maintained with a broker, and he will have put the amount of whatever transaction he wants to do into that account. And that's why you have a settlement system here. It's a third-party kind of a thing. So we have a CSCS, that's Central Security Clearing System, that does just like I won't call it a dispute resolution because there is not going to be any dispute, but they intermediate. They ensure that the transaction flows seamlessly. The buyers will get whatever he has paid for. The sellers will get his product delivered and get his money for whatever he has sold. So there is no room for any failed trade. Trade will always go smoothly, and benefits will go to the various parties that are in the transaction. The buyer will get his goods delivered. The seller will get his money for the product he has offered. So there's no room for any failed trade, because it's faced when a party is not able to deliver on its own part of the transaction. So there's no room for that. That's why it's SEC regulated, and anything SEC regulated has the highest standard of risk measurement that can combat any risk at all, whatever that happens within the transactional cycle.
So it's like it's highly insured.
I can even say it's risk-free. Most of the time, it's risk-free. Any business done on the floor of an exchange, I can guarantee that it's risk-free, because there are many parties to it, and the parties, each party has the responsibility of ensuring that its own part of the play in the system they are in, the whole ecosystem, must be executed, and is legally binding on him or her to actually discharge that responsibility. So there's no room for any lag from any end at all.
Are there policies that affect financial transparency in a commodities exchange? Is there any possible policy?
Many policies, yes, there are many. If you say financial, anything financial is guided by financial regulations. So, like I mentioned the other time, if you are talking of your financial reporting, there are rules guiding whatever you are presenting to the public. And for every other thing that you are doing in the financial system, that's you look at financial industry as the whole gamut of what happens in the banking industry, insurance industry, stockbroking sector, and all those. And you have regulators around all those places. You have CBN, for example, for banks. You have SEC for capital markets. And you have other operators there, even insurance. You have the NICOM and other things there. So there are regulations guiding all the players on any financial institution. So for that, there are rules and there are regulations, there are expectations, there are even documented processes that you need to follow. For example, if you talk of the reporting to ensure transparency that we are talking about, there are guidelines to what you are reporting, even if in your financials. I don't know whether you are aware of the existence of IFRS, International Financial Reporting Standard. So if you want to prepare, because there is a tendency for anybody who is trying to project himself to the, or himself or herself to the public, you just want to present the good part of you to the public. But if you are presenting yourself, your financials to the public, there are guiding principles to doing that.
Okay.
There is the International Financial Reporting System statement that you must follow. It has its own content, its list. What are the things that you need to put there? What are the information you need to disclose? What are the things that you cannot hide away from the public? So that is a guiding statement regulated by international, globally now, recognized and developed by international community to have you report without blemish, reporting whatever you are doing. Because it is on the basis of your financial information, like I said earlier, that an investor will want to actually put his money into a particular product.
So being transparent financially,
yes,
will make the investor to have a confidence in you.
Knowing that by the level of available data and information that he has, he can now decide whether he wants to go into that investment or not. So if there is any misinformation to that, you will know that there is no way that investor will not lose. Or it might be the fact that even if the investor had that information before and they may not even go into that investment. So to ensure that whatever anybody is going to invest in, especially in the capital market and routing it through the exchange, there's always the standard that the minimum standard that any product that is going to be even listed at all for trading must meet before investors can subscribe to it. And that's why we are having problem with all these Ponzi schemes and all these. See many Ponzi schemes failing and failed and still failing up to today, because there are not much information available for investors to actually guide their investment decision. I
wish we can go on and on this episode, because it's a very, very critical topic that so many persons, potential investors have to be aware about. Mr. Wale, you've been amazing on the show today. Thank you so much. But I really, really wish we can have you again to talk more about financial transparency on the program.
Yes,
because I feel like we
definitely
have to
I'm available.
Yes, we have to do more and more, teachings on this aspect of financial investment so that people are aware of it. Don't put your money on Ponzi scheme. If you are trying to invest in any commodities, make sure that financial reports are transparent and they are clear. Am I right?
Yeah, right. Yes.
Okay, so you've heard it from the chief himself. When you want to invest, you're putting your money in every investment. Do your due diligence as an investor. Don't get your hands burnt and don't fall for Ponzi schemes. Now that's all we can take on today's episode of LCFE Market Plus. So till I come your way same time next week, do well to follow us on all our social media platforms and subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's not all. Turn on your notifications button so you always get updates whenever we post anything on the platform. Do have a great week. Bye for now.